Hello. So I quickly wanted to talk about how you can use Ingestr to bring data from Shopify into your data warehouse. For this, I'm going to use an example Shopify store, and I'm going to use DuckDB as our data warehouse, but the same thing would work pretty much with every cloud data warehouse. So you can see Ingestr has a single command, which is called ingest. For that, you give it a source URI, which in our case, it's a Shopify URI, and the source table, which under normal circumstances, it represents a production table, but in Shopify's case, you want to ingest customers, so you give the table name as the customers. It could have been products, it could have been orders, etc. For destination URI, we are using DuckDB. I'm going to create a DuckDB database called Shopify test, and I will ingest this data into a destination table called Shopify.customers. Ingestr allows you to do incremental loads as well as for specific time frames, which means that I can filter and basically pick the range I want to ingest. In this case, this is a huge store, so I don't want to bring data from everywhere. Instead, I'm going to be using the interval starting from 19th of June, which is yesterday as of I'm recording this. We will use the incremental strategy for merge, which means if there are any existing records that match with the same primary key as we're fetching from Shopify, the data inside the data warehouse is going to be updated. This is also called an upsert, basically, and this is a flag to skip a prompt, basically. So when I run this, Ingestr will start getting the data from the source. It's going to start ingesting data page by page, and it will load the data into DuckDB, and as you can see, it is finished. So if I go into my DuckDB now and take a look at the database, I can see that I have 648 customers that have been updated since June 19th, either created or updated, basically. And we gathered the data. The minimum earliest data we have in the data warehouse right now is the 19th of June, since I picked interval start to be that. And the same for the latest updated data is basically whatever's most current. Yeah. And this means that with a single command, we were able to copy the data from Shopify right into our data warehouse. Let's do the same for this time orders. Yeah, so I'm going to look at, instead of fetching the data for customers, I'm going to say the source table is orders. I'm going to bring this data into Shopify.orders, and I'm going to use the same interval. Basically, Ingestr takes care of figuring out the right APIs and figuring out the right way to query the API for you, and normalizes the data, creates the destination schemas if they don't exist. It handles schema migrations, and then loads the data into the destination. So instead of looking at the customers now, I'm going to take a look at orders, and as you can see, with a single command, we were able to bring in all the orders that existed that have been created or updated since this date, basically. And you can see that we have identified 595 orders. You can do the same with products. You can do the same with multiple external sources. You can run Ingestr as anywhere from your computer. It can be run as a cron job. You can run it in GitHub Actions, or alternatively, you can use Bruin Cloud to get up and running with both ingestion and the rest of the data pipeline as well. I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.